So you want to buy a non-running motorcycle and wonder if it's actually a smart play or just a headache waiting to happen. Let's talk about it, because there's this weird thrill and terror in staring at a dead bike and imagining it roaring to life again. First thing, everyone pictures snapping up some Craigslist barn find for $500 and rolling away with a $5,000 bike after a weekend of wrenching. More often, what you get is a money pit disguised as a project. The fantasy, the $2,000 fix-up, isn't usually reality. Pain point number 1, unknown history. Sellers love saying, "It ran when parked," which is like saying my dog was alive when I left for work. Maybe the engine just needs a jump, but maybe it needs an expensive rebore and piston kit. How do you know? I always start with a checklist before I even go see the bike. Look for compression, spark, and fuel delivery. These 3 are non-negotiable. No compression? Budget $500, $2,000 minimum, because that's probably a rebuild. No spark? Time to play detective with the wiring harness. Pro tip, bring a small socket set, cheap spark tester, and a jumper pack when you go to see it. Don't trust someone who lost the key or doesn't have a battery right now. These are usually signs that the seller doesn't want you to see the real problems. Titles are the next pain point, and a huge one. If a bike doesn't have a title, walk away unless you're okay playing DMV roulette for the next 3 months. In Portland, salvage or no-title bikes can turn into endless paperwork and even legal headaches. Just not worth it. Inspect for rust, not just what you can see, but frame tubes inside the tank and underside covers. Rust in the tank adds $100 minimum for cleaning or replacement, and rust on the frame? That's structural. Just run. People underestimate how quickly rot can destroy a project. Google the exact make and model. Parts availability changes everything. There's a world of difference between a Honda CB750, parts everywhere, and some 1982 MB5 with NLA stamped next to every critical component. Trust me, one Google search can save you months of misery. Check the tires and brake system. Dead bikes sit for years. Rubber parts degrade. New tires cost $250, $400, and a full brake rebuild adds $200 or more. A lot of buyers forget this and think it just needs a battery. No, it needs everything rubber replaced. Always calculate the total investment, purchase price, plus worst-case parts and labor. If it's still less than buying a running equivalent, go for it. If that gap's narrow, your time and sanity are the hidden costs that never show up on the spreadsheet, but matter most. Document your build, photos, and receipts. You'll thank yourself later when you can prove what parts were actually replaced. If you ever resell, buyers love seeing this. Plus, it's a great way to avoid repeating mistakes or forgetting something crucial. Final pro tip, set a strict timeline and budget before you buy. Projects that drag past a year have a 65% chance, based on every garage I've ever seen, of being pushed into the corner and quietly resold at a loss after the excitement wears off. Be honest about your limits. There's something beautiful about reviving a dead machine, but know your odds, do the math, and keep your expectations in check. You might wind up with a cheap legend, or you might just buy a story you'll tell your friends at bars when they ask, "How's that project bike coming along?"